I'm Elliot Kleinberg, author of the Civil War historical novel, Peace River. I'm at the President Street Station in downtown Baltimore, where a major event of the Civil War took place very early. I'm with Robert Reyes, one of the founders of the museum, to talk to us about the Pratt Street riot. Tell us about it.
After Fort Sumter was fired on April 12, 1861, signaling the beginning of the Civil War, President Abraham Lincoln called for 75,000 volunteers on April 15th to come to defend the United States Capitol. On the morning of the 19th of April, 1861, 35 railroad cars pulled in beside this station. You see the four windows on the side. So the train would have pulled in there, and that's where the locomotive would have been uncoupled, and four draft horses, like Clydesdales, would have been hitched up to each railroad car to start towing them north on President Street and then west on Pratt Street to Camden Station, Camden Yards, where the train would be reassembled, would been then the B&O Railroad, and then taken on to Washington, D.C. A Southern sympathizing mob appeared and blocked the railroad tracks, dumping anchors, cartload of sand, and other obstructions so the horses could not tow the railroad cars. So 1,200 strong Pennsylvanians in the rear, 700 strong Massachusetts militia, state guard in the front. So they were ordered by Colonel Jones, who had already made it across the Camden Yards, for the remaining troops to detrain and march on foot. And when they did, they were attacked as they marched north here on President Street. The police finally showed up on Pratt Street, the Inner Harbor, to surround the Massachusetts soldiers and to guard them for the rest of the way to Camden Yards to get to Washington. So the mob said, okay, now that the police are protecting the Massachusetts soldiers, let's go back over to President Street Station, because we know there's a New York regiment, the 7th New York, headed to Baltimore. Let's go over and wait for them to arrive. Because they find the 1,200 Pennsylvanians from Philadelphia, the Washington Brigade. Well, they attacked them next right here behind me at the President Street Station. There's no police here. This attack goes on for 2 hours, and this is where the first Pennsylvania soldier, George Lacering, is killed. Official count was 12 civilians and many wounded, too many to count. On the military, there was 4 Massachusetts state militia, the 6th Massachusetts, and 1 Pennsylvanian from the Washington Brigade.
This was when we said to ourselves, okay, we are now in a literally civil war.
Correct. This was Civil War in all its meaning and all of its definition.
Robert, thank you so much for your time.
Okay.